I'm in Lisbon, in the western district of Belém, and now I'm waiting for the tram number 18E to go to the center of the city. Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is the first big city on my route across Eurasia from west to east. It is not just a big city, but a place full of history and culture and a lot of interesting places to visit. I already explored Belém and its attractions, which you can see in my previous video, and now it's time for exploring the central part of the city. Lisbon is also famous for some weird types of transportation, like this old tram, its funiculars on the steep streets and more. They have become one of the Lisbon's icons. Love discovering iconic city charms like this? Subscribe now to follow every step of my amazing Eurasia adventure. But before I enjoy the attractions of Lisbon, I have to buy my Lisboa cards. I just arrived in the center of Lisbon, Praça do Comércio, and now I'm going to buy Lisbon cards for the public transportation and for more than 55 places to see. Let's go. Now with my Lisbon card, I started my stroll around the center of Lisbon. This is Praça do Município. Not far from Praça do Município, I walk on a small local attraction called the Pink Street. It is literally pink with a lot of restaurants and cafes. Now it's time to ascend on one of the steep streets of Lisbon. After about 20 minutes walk, I reach a nice garden called São Pedro de Alcântara, revealing beautiful panoramic views of the city. On the hill in front of me is one of the main landmarks of Lisbon, Castelo St. Jorge, that I will visit later. This is one of the famous Lisbon's funiculars. There are 3 funiculars in the city and this one is called Gloria. They are a hybrid of a tram, a cable car and an elevator, and they follow a short route on a steep street. The price is €4, but with my Lisbon card it is free. By Gloria Funicular, I quickly descend to Praça dos Restauradores, one of the most iconic central squares in Lisbon. From here, I proceed my stroll to the nearby central boulevards and to the other central squares. This is Praça Dom Pedro IV, with its wavy cobblestone pattern. And this is Praça da Figueira, just under the Castle St. George. I proceed walking on the central pedestrian streets of Lisbon. In front of me is another transportation landmark, the elevator Santa Justa. It is a lift or a vertical version of the funiculars leading to a higher area of the center. I just arrived at the upper floor of the lift and enjoy views of Lisbon from above again. From here I will walk around this area. These are the ruins of Carmo Convent, damaged by the Great Earthquake in 1755. Today it is turned into an archaeological museum. Unfortunately now it is closed, but if you want to see it inside, visit Carmo Convent Lisbon, Church Ruins, Archaeological Museum Interior Tour by Where to Go. My stroll around the central part of Lisbon proceeds on its attractive streets. I move to the southeastern part of the center called Alfama, because this area has a lot to reveal too. This is the National Pantheon, formerly a church from the 17th century. Today it is a place where some important Portuguese celebrities were buried. If you want to see it inside, take a look at the video Exploring the Majestic Pantheon Nacional in Lisbon, a journey through Portugal's rich history by Travel Entertainment and Talent Hunt USA. Not far from the Pantheon is the monastery of São Vicente de Fora. Its current version was built in the 17th century and it is one of the most important monasteries in Portugal. Again, if you want to explore it inside, take a look at the video Monastery of São Vicente de Fora, Lisbon by the Museum Explorer. I gradually ascend on the old narrow streets of Alfama to the highest part of the hill. Now it is time to visit the main historical landmark here, St. George's Castle or Castelo de São Jorge. I'm inside. Before going to explore the castle, I take a look at the panoramic views of Lisbon from here. This is Castelo São Jorge, another main landmark of Lisbon. This place has a significant historical value. It is a fortress built in the 2nd century BC, and since then it has been used by Carthaginians, Romans, Visigoths, then by Arabs and Moors, until the 12th century when this place was conquered by the Portuguese. And since that time, this fortress was used by the Portuguese kings, not just as a fortress, but also as one of their palaces. It has many other functions, cultural, historical. So now I will explore this place and will enjoy the history and the great panoramic views of Lisbon from above. Before entering inside the walls of the fortress, I will visit the local permanent exhibition presenting artifacts found in the area around. Here is the fortress. It tells the long story of Lisbon. The city of Lisbon is considered one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe. Its first ancient name was Ulisipo. Although the St. George's Castle is much younger than Ulisipo, it is still one of the oldest constructions in Lisbon and one of the most visited landmarks of the city. Let's walk on the walls and below them, and let's just enjoy the views inside and outside the fortress. Here, outside the walls, we can see ancient ruins from Roman times and even earlier. Now I proceed walking on the streets of Alfama, enjoying the sceneries and views from above. Meanwhile, I am slowly moving to one of the last points of interest in Lisbon that I am going to visit, the Cathedral of Lisbon. As you can see, most of the transportations here is exotic and attractive. Soon I reach the cathedral. This is the next landmark here in Lisbon, the Lisbon Cathedral, or Castelo de Lisbon. It is built in 1147. Actually, it is the oldest church in the city. It is built exactly after the city has been conquered by Portuguese from the Moors. Now I will enter inside. It is one of the places that is must be visited in Lisbon. So let's go. I enter inside. First I go to the upper floor to explore the small exhibition of this place. This is what the interior of the cathedral looks like from here. The second part of my stroll inside the cathedral is in the first floor, in the main hall of the church services, with all the attributes and decorations inside. Finally, I am outside. I pass beside another beautiful church called Nossa Senhora do Conceição Velha. My stroll around Lisbon finished here at Rua Augusta Arch, built to commemorate the reconstruction of Lisbon after the great earthquake in 1755. From here, I will back to my car and will leave Lisbon. My route will proceed eastward, deeper and deeper in the continent. So follow me further in this crossing Eurasia trip and subscribe to our channel Journey Beyond the Horizon for more video journeys.